Like the narco, got dope like Pablo, cut throat like Pablo, chop trees with the Draco.
Hey you guys, my name is Ashanti if you have never seen my face before, and this is my boyfriend.
Gabriel, but you call me G.
Yeah, you can call him G. I call him Bebe, as y'all know. Today we're gonna tell you guys how we met, the long-awaited story. Y'all have been so patiently waiting. Also, if you guys have any questions for us, leave them down below because we want to film a Q&A for you guys because we've never filmed a Q&A about us. So make sure you guys leave some questions down below for us to answer. The next video that will come out will be our anniversary vlog. We had to postpone it a weekend, and plus it would have been better to wait till this weekend because it will be hotter and we want to go to the beach. And if you hear Luna walking around in the background, just ignore that. Yeah. We're gonna start from the very beginning. This was when I was in 9th grade and he was in 11th grade. Went to two different high schools, but our high schools were in the same county. We was both in JRTC. That's a big factor of this story, which is like military class. Like if y'all don't know what that is, we were going into the summer after my 9th grade year. We were going to summer camp, a summer camp called JCLC. It was the summer camp that was like required for our JRTC class for us to go. Since our high schools were combined in that next year, our instructors decided to make us like ride on the same bus together. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna say this now. I thought Gabriel was 3 different people. Like I thought he was 3 different guys. Like, and y'all see what I'm talking about the farther we get into the story. It was after JCLC, like the summer camp, and we were coming back on the buses. Me and my friend that were sitting together saw him and our other friend. And we didn't know them at the time because we didn't go to the same school. And she was like, go ask them where we are, because we both had fell asleep on the bus. She didn't want to ask them, so I walked up to them and I was like, oh, do you know where we are? I kind of directed it to him, but he just looked at me and didn't answer.
I didn't answer because I didn't even know.
Our other friend, he answered for us. That was my first encounter. It was after JCLC. That's when I first saw him. Also, a little side note, before JCLC, we had a military ball. My instructor invited his school to our military ball, and he said he remembered me, so you could explain that.
Nah, I just remember like how you looked, because like you look different, and I was like I seen you go up to get an award, and I was like, oh, she looks cute, like she looks different.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all this embarrassing story. So at that military ball, keep in mind this was before I knew him, I was walking back to my seat and I literally tripped in front of everybody. It was so embarrassing.
I wish I would have seen that.
Now our schools are combined. This is my 10th grade year and your 12th grade year.
Yeah, 12, yeah.
In JRTC, there was this thing called a cadet challenge, and that's basically like where the kids in JRTC do like activities and get scored on it, but it's all like physical activities like push-ups, sit-ups, running, like basically military stuff. He happened to be participating, and me, y'all know I am not in shape. I was not in shape in high school, so I was just there supporting. His legs was hurting him and he was sitting on the floor, and I walked up to him and he asked me to massage his legs, and I straight up said no.
I didn't mean it like that, but like I probably said massage, but I meant like stretch. Like, I meant like, yeah, like if you could stretch me, like,
well,
like,
he was trying to be a flirt. He knows he lying. I straight up said no. Like I looked at him, I was like, no, and walked away. That was all I said. And that was the second time I thought he was a completely different person. I didn't realize he was the guy from summer camp. That was like the second talking interaction I had with him. The third interaction was our school was doing this thing for homecoming. Everybody at our school was like in front of the school, and they were doing something for the football players, and he used to play football in high school. He was standing off to the side, and I was like, I'm gonna go talk to him because I have nothing better to do. I was just standing there. I went up to talk to him, and I was like, hey, he was being very dry. I said hey to him. I told him my name was Ashanti, and I asked what his name was, and he told me Gabriel. And then it was just like an awkward silence, and I was just like, well, I'm gonna go back over here.
That's how I am at first. Like, yeah, it takes me a while to open up to people. I'm not just gonna talk to you like I know you all my life.
I seen like a lot of the people in my class always hanging out with him, so I was like, I didn't know he was a senior when I first started noticing him. But yeah, that was the third time I noticed him, and that's the last time I thought he was a completely different person. After that, I would see him with this other girl, and I thought they were dating, but they weren't. They were just friends. I was like, okay, he has a girlfriend, so whatever. Like, I wasn't looking for no relationship or nothing. Like, I was just looking for a friend. He didn't even have a girlfriend. One day I was walking to JRTC, and this other girl, she was in JRTC with me, and he called her like his sister. You know how like people do that in high school? They'll have like, that's my son, that's my mom. I was like, I want to be your sister. And he was just like, no, I already have a sister. Then he said, you could be my aunt or something. I was like, ew, no, I don't want to be your aunt. Then I was like, well, I'll be your brother. And we had this inside joke that I was his brother. That's kind of how we started becoming friends. I had this class that was like, I had to walk outside to get to, and he had to walk outside to get to his class. So we would cross each other's paths, and he would give me a hug every now and then. Well, no, you would give me a hug every day, I think.
Like every time I see you, I forget you.
Yeah, I was just like still not really thinking of it that he likes me or anything. I remember that I had to do something and I needed somebody to cover me for like a JRTC event, and I asked him, and that's kind of where the texting started. How you got my number, he asked me to play iMessage games with him, I think. Yeah. Because we started texting on Snapchat. Then you asked me to play iMessage games with you, so then you got my number. Then he was in there. He shot his shots 3 times. I don't know, I guess he really liked me. I had to make sure that he liked me, so I wasn't gonna be like, yes, I'll go out with you the first time, and I guess I was like that for the second time too. I gotta make sure you actually like me, you ain't playing. Plus, he was a ladies man, always around the girls, friends with the girls.
I mean,
it was in high school, you was single. Yeah. He was always around females, so I always thought he had a girlfriend or something. He kept texting me like and asking me to stop calling him brother, and that's when I knew he was on to something. Like, he was like, don't call me brother anymore, we could be friends or whatever. I'm like, no brother, because I was just trying to irritate.
I was trying to get out the brother zone.
Fast forward to like the end of the school year, and it was the military ball again. So it was like the Wednesday before the military ball, and the military ball was that Friday. I was walking to the gym because we had to do a whole bunch of stuff to set up. I saw him in the hallway. He came up and gave me this really long hug, and that's when I was like, oh shoot, started feeling myself. And he asked me to the military ball, and I was like, I can't say no. So then I went to the military ball with him, and I will insert pictures for you guys at the end of this video of our relationship throughout the years. So y'all will see those military ball pictures. You could tell them what you thought about me when you saw me, just so you can hype me up.
I can go now.
Yeah, Luna's here.
But basically, in the military ball, I was sitting with one of my friends.
The girl I thought he was dating in the beginning of the story.
Yeah. And she was like, there goes Ashanti right there. And I looked at the door, then it felt like a movie. Everything was just moving in slow motion. Like when she walked in, the light just hit her just right. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, she is so beautiful. And that's when I knew. I was like, yeah, you got to, like.
After the military ball, we really started texting like every day. It's now summer break. It was time for him to graduate. We were basically already dating, but I just wanted to be extra and ask him to be my boyfriend. Literally went to the graduation. I was in the color guard, and then I stayed to see him graduate, and I literally think this is so funny. His brother was sitting in front of me, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs when he walked across the stage, and I didn't know that his brother was in front of me, and I have clips of it, so I might insert them. They're cringy. If you hear my voice, just ignore it.
Isaiah's Lord.
Woo! Also, a lot of people at our high school knew Gabriel, but he wasn't like the popular type. Like, our school had their favorites, like, you know, every school does. So yeah, when he walked across the stage, nobody was like really screaming like they were for other kids. I would just say like, whoa, and then it was just like quiet, and I was like, oh. Say like 2 days after his graduation, and I had made him like this little basket, and it had candy and a bunch of stuff in it. At the bottom of the basket was a jewelry box, and in the box was a note and 2 bracelets. His queen, her king. They're like those bracelets. And ever since then, we've been inseparable. And now we've been together 4 years. That's basically our story on how we met.
Anyways, like, comment, subscribe.
If you guys want to see more of my face and occasionally see more of Gabriel's face, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. We'll catch you in our next video, which will be our anniversary video. Enjoy these clips of us throughout the years. That's what you gotta say in this attitude. It's not in this story. That's a story. That's a story for another day.